Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pretty Girl Confessions. I am your host, your Pretty Girl, and today we're going to talk about how you can achieve your own internalized beauty standard. So, what do I mean by internalized beauty standard? Well, we all know that, especially in Western culture, we can all agree that celebrities like Megan Fox, Sydney Sweeney, Jennifer Lawrence, I'm just naming the most random people right now. But we can agree that a lot of these celebrities are deemed beautiful. And they're deemed beautiful because they have different traits that most people find attractive. So, whenever I say your internalized beauty standard, I mean that yes, we can all look at people and objectively say, oh wow, they're really pretty, or they're not my type or pretty in my eyes at all. But even though you can see certain people and see that they're attractive and pretty, you deep down have very specific things that you deem the best qualities, the most attractive ones, and the ones that you desire the most. And the best way to find out what your internalized beauty standard is by actually acknowledging whenever you get jealous. Now, this might sound a little silly, but I've been in rooms, I do acting and modeling, and I've been in rooms before where I've seen a girl, like there's a room of 30 beautiful girls, but there's one girl in particular where I get a little bit jealous of. And I would wonder, I'm like, why is it that this one girl makes me jealous and nervous, but all the other ones don't? And all the other ones are gorgeous too. But it was because that girl had something that, in my internalized beauty standard, is like the epitome of it all. It could be she had the exact type of hair that I wanted. Maybe it's because her hair is all the way down to her butt, and that's what I want. I think that's the most attractive hair to have. So, you really want to start paying attention. And I'm not saying be this crazy jealous person all the time, but I want you to actually just notice whenever you're looking on Instagram or on Pinterest or you're out and about, whenever you see people and you find yourself getting jealous, that is so amazing because now you're able to actually analyze what about them makes you jealous. What about this girl makes you jealous? Is it how she has clear skin? Is it that she has an amazing body? Is it her hair? Is it her complexion? Is she really nice and tan and you're looking way too pale for your liking? Is it that she has a cat eye effect with how she did her makeup? Or is it that she has a really good sense of style? Like you like how she dresses and now you feel embarrassed about your outfit because her outfit's so nice. Or it could even be her aura. It could be her confidence, how she walks in the room. Maybe it's the amount of attention she receives from, because being getting a lot of attention, you have to kind of welcome the attention to get it, but also it's how you look. And I know with myself, if I'm very welcoming to the attention with just my energy's open, then I get a lot of attention. So this is the key to figuring out everything that you want to be for your own beauty standard. Because if you outline every single thing you get jealous of whenever that you see in other women, then you have the blueprint to become your own amazing like dream self. It's that easy. And the way you do it is once you outline everything, every feature and quality that you think is so beautiful and gets you envious and jealous, then you can start working backwards to create your own beauty blueprint. So just write down what you consistently admire with other people's bodies, their hair, their skin, their style, their energy, their lifestyle, even. Because I found myself looking at certain women where I would not trade places with them ever. I would not trade bodies or faces or hair or styles or any of that. But the one thing I would trade was lifestyle. So all of these things you can figure out for yourself so that you can build your own perfect beauty standard for yourself. And then you can embody it, and then you won't feel envious anymore because you already are it. You're the it girl in your eyes. You have achieved your peak beauty. And really, I truly don't believe that there's any such thing as peak beauty. I think you just keep evolving. And as for aging goes, I am not a big fan of all of the like Botox and fillers just because I think they're pushed on to women way too young. I think they're great tools once you're like in your 40s, but it really comes down to taking care of yourself as early as possible and consistently, because if you care about looking beautiful now and for the rest of your life, you need to act like it. Even if you're 19, even if you're 20, 21, I don't care how young you are, you need to start acting like it now. So you want to reverse engineer your standards into habits and then into routines and then lifestyle choices. So if it's something with skin, you want to figure out, okay, that girl has glass skin. I want glass skin. This kind of goes into my video on being pretty as a choice, because you're literally just solving your problems. You're solving your problems. So you want to fix your diet to get your skin in a better shape and your skincare routine, and you want to fix your sleep and your gut health. If you want to get someone's body, if you see what their body looks like, I feel like body's a little bit harder than skin, because I feel like it's across the board that if you just fix your diet, stop eating trash. Like, I don't know how this is a hard concept to grasp, but if you just stop eating things that come in boxes, any takeout or takeaway, if you're from across the pond, um, or fast food, you're gonna be great. It's really simple. My rule of thumb is I never eat out unless I'm going on a date and it's really fancy and usually involves sushi, but I never eat out. I always cook at home and I never buy things in boxes. The only things I ever buy in a box are, I can't even think of something. But like I buy Whole Foods. I buy Whole Foods. If you buy foods that you can look at and identify with just your eyes, not having to read an ingredient list, that's what you want to eat. So if I went out to the garden and picked out all of the ready to be harvested vegetables, I can look at them and see what they are. Whereas if I buy a box of cookies from the grocery store, I have no clue what all the ingredients in those cookies are. Like off the top of my head, I can name like sugar, flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt. I can name those things, but whenever you actually look at the cookies, it's never just those things. So that's why you want to eat whole foods. This is just becoming a video on eating whole foods. But skincare is the easiest to fix. Like your skin is the easiest to fix, in my opinion. But for body, you want to identify what type of body you like the most, because some women want to be like muscle mommies. They want to be really big and have lots of bulging muscles. They find that the most attractive for them. They're envious of women that look very strong. That's their beauty standard. Other women may find that just having a big butt, like a big juicy peach, and like small upper body, very dainty upper body, just big old booty. Sir Mix-a-Lot style. They find that that's the most attractive. So if you have something like that, then you need to start doing research and figure out, how can I do that? Because if you're trying to reshape your body, you're gonna have to use weights. And what goes into using weights is you have to educate yourself very properly on this, because I'm someone that's been working out for, God, I don't even know, probably at least 8 years. I've been working out in gyms. And even before that, I did sports all throughout like middle and high school and even elementary school. And I grew up in a very athletic family, like where all of us played sports, even my parents played sports. So that's the environment I was raised in. But the thing is, your body is actually so incredible because you can build muscle and reshape your body to your desired wants. I feel like that sounded weird. But what I mean by this is, if you want a bigger butt, you can literally get one by training. The one thing I can't guarantee you is you really can't train to get bigger boobs, sadly. But you can do other things to help with getting bigger boobs. I know there's different herbs that some women will take that helps with where you deposit fat. The only side effect of this is you have to be gaining fat to deposit the fat in the right areas. If you're losing fat, it's not going to just be like, oh, we're going to grab all the fat from your arms and your waist and put it in your boobs. That would mean that would be a miracle. Okay, so many people would be flocking to that right now if that existed, but it doesn't. That's why we don't have that. That's why people don't do that. So you can look into herbs, you can look into body recomping. That's what you want to research if you're trying to actually physically change like the layout of your body. If you're trying to have like bigger legs or a bigger butt, that's what you want to do. But another thing, I feel like I feel like a lot of people talk about this, um, is people will say, "Oh, I don't want to get bulky," and then these fitness coaches will be like, "Do you know how hard it is to get bulky? Did you know that there's different types of bodies? Like, obviously, but not just like hourglass, pear shape, and apple. Like, there's actually things like endomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph. And this goes into how your body holds on to and loses fat and muscle. And this is important for you to know for yourself what your body type is. Look it up, figure it out, ask ChatGPT to help you. But the importance of this is it tells you if you have an easy time losing weight, like losing fat and losing muscle, if you have a hard time losing fat and losing muscle, if you have an easy time like losing fat but a hard time building muscle. Like it helps you understand what your strengths are and your weaknesses are, and it will give you more insight onto things. So if you're someone that has a body type where it's easy to build muscle, you don't want to follow, like if you want an hourglass body, most women do. I did a recomp where I already had a pretty good hourglass body, but now it's like, damn, girl, like that's a Coke bottle. But sorry. I'm just very proud of where I've gotten with my fitness journey. But anyways, um, if you're trying to achieve the hourglass body and you go on Instagram or YouTube and you're looking at all these things about how to get an hourglass body in the gym, you will find some girls that will tell you, don't be afraid to work out your upper body. That is a good thing unless you have the body type where you build muscle extremely easily and you don't have a lot of fat on your upper body. Because if that is you, you are going to look so bulky so quick. Okay? Please take this from my experience because I have a body type where it's extremely easy for me to gain muscle. It's very easy for me to hold on to muscle, and it's relatively like okay and simple for me to lose fat. So I have a very like muscle heavy body type where my body just likes, I have a very athletic body and my body just likes holding onto muscle. So I was modeling, story time. I was modeling and I was in this runway show. It was a bikini runway show. I got the photos back. I didn't look bad. I didn't look bad, no. But I looked like I was trying to punch someone in the face because my shoulders, my arms looked so jacked because I had been lifting weights. And I wasn't lifting heavy, I was lifting like 10 pounds, but it was enough to make my arms pop like crazy. It made my muscles look so big, and I hated that look for me. I want a dainty upper body and a fat ass. That's what I want. That's my priority. So make sure if you are looking into figuring out what your dream body is and obtaining that, make sure you do the research to figure out if it is a good idea for you to train the upper body or not. Because let's be honest, like I am after aesthetics right now. I can still lift 100 pounds over my head if I wanted to, but when am I doing that? Like, when am I doing that? Why do I need to be able to do that? I don't. So all I do is I just train my lower body, and it's helped with reducing the size of my upper body. So my muscles aren't super big on my upper body. I look dainty and cute and feminine. And then my lower body, I have a glute shelf, an extremely defined hourglass figure because I've learned how to work out. So you need to learn how to work out for your body type. So meso, endo, or ecto. You can be a mix of a couple. I forget what mix I am. I always forget what mix I am. But I'm like the mix of like, um, just basically I hold on to muscle really easily. I build muscle really easily, and I can lose and gain fat pretty easy. But that's my body type. So figure that out before you start embarking on changing your whole body so you don't waste like 6 months to a year of your life and get to the end result where you're like, oh my God, I look like a man. Or wow, I avoided working out my upper body, but I actually have a hard time building muscle. So if I would have worked out my upper body, I wouldn't have gotten jacked and I would have looked better. If you get what I'm saying, like I would have had better arms than noodle arms. So you want to look into that and figure out what to do to train your body. And also, you want to figure out your diet too for changing your body because, yes, calories in, calories out, that is the foundation. That is the foundation, girls. But what is also extremely important is figuring out how your body processes different foods because certain foods you might feel like it almost just sits in your stomach longer. And this can even be for healthier foods. Like, I feel like I can feel that my body burns up cabbage, it burns up lots of root vegetables very easily. But certain meats, it does not. Well, meats take longer to digest, anyways. But you want to figure out what foods feel the best for you to eat, what feels like just the best for you. So you need to really look into diet for how to change your body. And also, you want to look into diet if you're getting into changing your hair. So, all of these things, whenever it all comes back to research and education, all of these things, if you do the research, you will learn how to actually achieve your idolized beauty standard and how to get it. And then you'll stop being jealous of other girls because you already have that body. And then also, like, look into other things. Like, there's certain methods that you can use to, like, achieve, different things. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but you need to figure out your sense of style. So if you always get jealous of girls that are dressed super feminine and dainty, but you do more of like an office business professional look all the time, start figuring out how to dress more dainty and feminine still in an office setting if that's where you work. Because you doing that will make you no longer embarrassed to be caught in public or a coffee shop where you see another girl with a super cute feminine outfit and you're like, oh my God, it looks like, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I'll go like, oh, fuck, it looks like I don't even dress cute. It looks like I'm not even super dainty and fun and flirty. Like, that's just me. So start incorporating these things in your style. Like, figure out every single thing you get jealous of and start incorporating it into every aspect of your life. That's how you do it. And just learn what works and learn about your body because if you go into this knowing very well like everything you can know about like your hair type, your hair texture, how to achieve your desired hair texture, if like wigs are better for you. And I know that might sound crazy to be like, oh, I'm gonna be wearing a wig because it's my beauty standard, but figure it out. Like literally figure it out. It's not weird to wear wigs. I don't think it's weird to wear wigs. I think it's kind of smart because I honestly kind of feel like I should wear a wig because I've been growing out my hair for a while. It's getting super long, but I kind of want to just start wearing a wig so that I can always have my hair like braided and protected so that whenever I do pop out in the summertime, my hair will be all the way down to my booty and I'll be looking like a goddess and it'll be just so much fun. But you also want to figure out how to channel the energy that you're jealous of. What energy makes you so jealous, so envious? Figure that out. Once you figure out what that energy is, start embodying it. Do different things that help you embody it. Maybe once you start doing all these new habits and really stepping into this new lifestyle, keep that in mind. This is a lifestyle. That's the difference between the girls that just do a glow up and the girls that actually become their dream selves. Is the girls that do a glow up, it's a 1 month glow up Once it's over, it's over. They go back to their old habits. They go back to being a fat slob that is breaking out, has horrible breakage in their hair, and hasn't washed their sheets in 2 weeks. Like, come on. A lifestyle is how you become your dream self, and then you only get better from there. Okay? And which one do you want? Do you want to be yo-yoing on these 30-day glow up challenges, these 30-day diets, whatever? Or do you want to actually become her and be her and everyone know you as this amazing leveled up version? So figure that out. But like truly being beautiful and reaching your internalized beauty standard isn't about your luck or your genes. It's literally just about what you do every single day and your level of respect and commitment to yourself. I don't want this to ever come off as like a self-hate thing, because I've been on the whole like self-improvement journey ever since I was like in high school. And I've always been interested in becoming better than I was yesterday, becoming prettier, smarter, richer, blah 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 blah. But it all comes from having self-respect and self-love, because if you're doing all of this out of your love for yourself and not like, oh my god, I'm doing this because I'm a fat slob. You're doing it because you're like, I deserve to like how I look. I deserve to love how I look in the mirror. I truly deserve that. I owe that to myself. A completely different mindset from self-hate, and it's a lot more inspiring in my opinion. I feel like a lot of men are subscribers to the whole like work out cuz you're a piece of shit, like you have to punish yourself every like okay bud, okay. But I'm not here for that. I do believe in tough love, but I also believe in doing things out of love, you know? So tough love still has love in it, so make sure you practice that. So just all of your habits, if you change them, if you identify all the things you're jealous of, break them down into what they are, figure out how to achieve them, make a plan, work backwards, reverse engineer how to get there, then it just becomes habits. And if you stick to these habits, you're consistent, that's all your beauty is. Beauty is all about having daily habits that you do not ever skip on. So replace your envy and your jealousy with action and planning. So once you do that, you're good, you're set, you have reached your internalized beauty standard. And then guess what? You will be able to actually talk to these women that you're so jealous of, because now you're going to see yourself as equals. And that's very important too, because sometimes when we're so jealous of other people, we don't look at ourselves as equals. We put them on a pedestal. And at the end of the day, everyone is on the same playing field. We're all human. None of us are God. And the only one you should ever put on a pedestal is yourself, with how you treat yourself and what you allow in your life. Okay? I'm not saying be a bitch. I'm not saying be cold hearted or any of that. But like, you should never be looking at these other women as better than you. They're not. They still eat, they still sleep, and they still go to the bathroom. So they're still real people. So just change your habits, change your lifestyle, and keep your respect at the forefront of your mind constantly. And you will become your beauty standard by by behaving like your dream self. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode on how to become your internalized beauty standard through using jealousy and envy as a tool. And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And please let me know what you would like me to talk about in the next one. And yeah, until we confess some more secrets next time, I will see you later, ladies. Goodbye.